abstract. Yeah, it's complicated what you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. How it hurts to see you smile, like a dagger in me. She just seems so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire. Oh, just so sure I'll stick around. Oh, my heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting. Still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be.
Hi everyone, good morning. I am Lisa Arana from Dollhouse Designs. You can find me everywhere under Dollhouse Designs or at my blog, dollhouse-designs.com. So excited to be live with you today and this crafty, fun Friday morning. My video went up today, so you get to do hopefully my class today. I hope you will enjoy it. There's lots of fun little tips and tricks involved. This is the card we will be making. It is a fun kind of flip fold where you get to have two different images kind of revealed as you flip open the card, plus some fun watercoloring, faux watercoloring techniques with inks that are really basic techniques and designs that can just set you off on your own direction. I like to keep them simple so then you can kind of go off and make it your own. I would love to know if anybody has checked out the video or if you've seen a picture of the card. If you have any questions for me, I'm here to answer any of them. So our first question, hi Christine, is when prepping for a half panel cut, can you use extra cardstock to protect the other half? Sure. Sure. Like if you're inking or something, you can definitely protect the other half. That's always a good safety measure. I tend to wing everything. It's just paper and ink. So if I have to start over again, I don't really take extra precautions. But yeah, you do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're happy with it and to protect your project. Oh, thank you. Faux watercolor is my favorite. I like to do that with inks. I'm not the best painter or colorist, so anytime I can do any kind of faux anything, I'm down for it. And with the inks out there, like distress inks or any color, kind of water reactive inks, you can do any watercolor effect. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. My favorite type of card to make. I love anything where I can play with stamps and inks and papers. That's my favorite. My favorite occasion would be birthday cards because everybody has a birthday and there's always so many in a month. So I'm constantly looking for new, innovative ways to make birthday cards. Also, I make a lot of sympathy cards too, just because they're the most heartfelt. And I feel supportive cards, sympathy cards are the most meaningful. So those are my top two favorite cards to make. Next question. Hi, Victoria. I love the inks, but have you ever tried to use watercolor pencils with the water pen? So yes, I've used watercolor pencils. I don't know if they would work so well with this technique because we are trying to apply them to the stamp. You could use something like the new Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. These would work really well. You just dip them into water and then draw it onto the stamp and then stamp it down. You do have to work fast with those. It's not as forgiving like with water reactive inks or the water reactive pens, like carrying markers. These work really well. Um, but you can definitely use the watercolor pencils, and then you can use your water brush pen to kind of move it out. That's my big tip to make it look like you really watercolored it, is to move that ink around at the end. Yes, any watercolor reactive ink will give us similar results. Now, I personally like distress inks. I've invested in all of them, so I have a nice range of colors and they're very vibrant. But I use Gina K inks all the time. So anything like a Gina K ink, dye ink that's water reactive, you can definitely get this effect. It'll just range with how intense the pigment color will be, but you can always build it up too by restamping it and layering up those inks. Hi Suzette. What was your inspiration to get started in this industry? So funny thing is, at my job, there were a bunch of ladies that love to make cards. Like most of us, we all entered into this industry with an interest from close to my heart, was where we really kind of jumped in, and also Stampin' Up. And then from there, I really branched into like independent companies. I love the small independent companies like Unity Stamp Company. I've been with them as a designer, gosh, 14 years now. So that's where I kind of moved into like the niche of all the online little small businesses that are ran by women and men. I just really love supporting those types of artists. Hi, Kath. I've seen a picture but have not seen the video yet. I'm wondering if this is something that can be done with the Cricut watercolor pens. Oh, interesting. Yes, I would think so. I do not have a Cricut or done that, but I'm assuming it will draw your image for you. And then you could take your water brush pen and kind of move that ink out. Yeah, that's fun. I love that idea. I would definitely give it a try and see what that does for you. That's a good question. How did I come up with the idea for the Funfold you use? Oh, these Funfolds have been around forever. YouTube and Pinterest is my friend. It's something I've had saved for a long time, and I've used it before. It's just a really easy fun fold, and people are really wowed by it. And you can mix up the different types of die cuts that you use, the different shapes, the different stamps. So it's not really something I came up with, but it's been around for a long time. Lots of people have used it. Where do you get hi Christine, where do you get sentiments for supportive cards? So I am a design team member for Unity Stamp Company. I also do lots of work for them, and they have some of the most heartfelt sentiments out there. I love a lot of the Unity Stamp Company's sentiments and stamps. They're really great. There's a lot of great companies out there, gosh. Gina K. I love Gina K. She has great sentiments as well. So those are probably my top two. I also like Hero Arts. So there's a lot of great companies out there that have really great sentiments. Tombow dual tip. Hi Joyce. So Tombow dual tip pens. That's a good question. I personally have not used those. I think they're water reactive though. So as long as when you touch water to that ink and it kind of spreads, any of those will work. And markers really make it simple to kind of draw on to the stamp as well. I would give them a go, see if they work. So in my presentation, yes, I do make the card. I'm not making it right now, but you'll want to check out the video. My presentation did go up today, so make sure you tune in and check out. I'll show you step by step on how you get the Funfold, so it opens up like this, and then also how you can stamp and get that great watercolor effect. See how the water kind of moves, and so it makes you look like a watercolorist. So Kelly asks, is card making a personal thing or business for me? So I've been a design team member, and I've done a lot of stuff for Unity for years. I don't know if it's sort of a business, sort of not a business. It's like a hobby business. It's something that I really love to do. It's not something, it's more of a design team member. Like that's where kind of the business for me. Envelopes. So I do not create my own. I know a lot of people do, and I think they're really beautiful. I tend to just use plain white envelopes. This is the size I like. It is, I think, 4¼ by 6½. So they're just a little bit bigger. That way, when you put the card in, there's plenty of room, and it's not so tight, so it can slide easy in and out. So I like to look for an envelope that's just a little bit bigger than your standard size card. I think they're called imitation size, maybe. So I just buy them off Amazon. I think a big bunch of them. Oh, what inspires me? Thanks. That's a wonderful question, Sue. I just really, a lot of times it's the stamp or the occasion. Colors, I love colors. So there's a lot of times I'll see like a color combo I really want to try. Pattern paper is another big inspiration that I really like to try. I love to play with inks. So anytime I can ink blend, do like a full watercolor, anything like that really inspires me. A lot of times, just seeing other designers out there. They just have really, really interesting ideas that kind of pulls me in, and it just makes me want to try something new. So things like Pinterest, Instagram, my fellow friends and designers, they all inspire me. Hi, Kelly. What is my favorite paper to use for watercoloring? Oh gosh, I have way too many watercolor papers, and I use them all. My two favorites, the first one being what I used for the class, is Canson XL. This you can get Michael's, Amazon, Hobby Lobby. It's a great all-around, very affordable watercolor paper. So that's a big go-to for me. The other one I like is Bristol. Sorry. And this is another great go-to because I can ink blend on it. I can do watercolor on it. It's very affordable again and very easy to find at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon. So those are my two favorite basics for watercoloring or even ink blending. And I like the whiteness. Sometimes it's hard to find a white watercolor paper. So those two are my go-tos. Hi, Stacy. I'm somewhat newer to stamping. What tool did I use to keep the stamps in place to restamp? So that is a stamp repositioning tool, and I am a big fan of the Misty. It's been around. It was the first stamping tool that really took the crafting world by storm. My sweet Petunia is the creator of it, and she's just an inspiration. I mean, that thing has changed my crafting life, my stamping life. There's so many things you can do it. So it's called a Misty, and it's a stamp positioning tool. There are some others out there, but that's the one that I love to use. So it was a bit confusing for me the first time I watched the die cutting of the card base. You don't put your press plates on the back side of the die. So the way I die cut is I like to see, I die cut up into the plates. So I put the die down and then I put the paper on top and then I cut upwards. That's just how I tend to die cut. And with my plates, I don't have a flat edge to my cutting plate. So that's why I ended off lining it up so I would get a nice crisp cut. You can flip it over and cut down into your cutting plates, whatever's more comfortable for you. Everybody has their own different techniques for die cutting, but that's why I tend to die cut up. I also like to kind of see it sometimes too. So I don't know. That's just the way that I guess I learned. I've been doing it for so long I can't even remember. Hi, Susan. My chair looks so comfortable. Can I share what type it is? Oh, sure. So this is it's a gaming chair. I'm not really sure what brand it is. You can email me and I'll let you know. But it's a gaming chair and it's very comfortable. I do have a pillow because the seat's kind of wide. I think because those gamers like to lean back. But yeah, I do. I really like it. Hi, Indy. What cutting tool do I prefer? So I don't know if you're asking for die cutting. My favorite die cut machine, or the one that I use, is a Big Shot. Very popular. My cutting tool, like my trimmer, I have a swing line guillotine cutter. I really like a guillotine cutter just because they're self-sharpening and they tend to last a long time. So mine's a sling line. And then I also have my tiny one that I just like to have for when I need like a quick cut. Again, it's another guillotine. This is by Onyx Studios, and that's a favorite of mine too. Cool. Did we have any other questions? They've been really great so far. Thanks for all the wonderful questions. A6. Oh yeah, that's probably what it is, an A6 envelope. As long as it's like, I think I'm trying to read it, 4 1/4 by 6 1/2. So you have a little more room. Some of the envelopes get a little bit tight. And when I tend to have a little bit of dimension with foam tape, so I like to have the card slide in and out of the envelope pretty easily. Bristol. What type of Bristol? Okay. So this is Strathmore Bristol Smooth Surface. It's 100 pound or 270 gram. So again, it's Strathmore Bristol. It's the yellow one. And I get these big pads because, as you can see, I have it written on here. I can usually get, 8.5 by 11, and then I'll get 2 extra small card fronts from it. So I get a little more bang for my buck by buying the big pad. All right, well, that's a wrap. We ran out of time. Boy, that goes fast. Again, you can find me at dollhouse-designs.com at my blog, or anywhere across social media and YouTube at Dollhouse Designs. We probably didn't get to all the questions. So if you have any other questions, tag me in the Facebook group or write them at the below the video, and I'll pop back in and I'll answer any of them. I hope you'll share your cards as well if you give this a go. I would love to see them. That always makes me so happy if I inspired you to give it a try. So thank you guys for joining me for live this morning. I hope you have a great time with the summit and enjoy all the videos. I'll talk to you later. Bye.